Hi, I'm sorry I'm a bit late. I'm actually still in the middle of a game. I thought I could fit one game of Wild Rift where you play everyone as the same character on your team at least. I thought I could fit that in. But I was wrong and I'm late, but like I'm I'm in the middle of a game at the moment. So, yeah. I'm sorry if I'm not as interesting at the moment, but um, I don't know what to say. This is what's it called? I'm not playing this for like competitiveness or anything. I'm playing this specifically because it's a new game mode and I want to try out new champions and stuff. So, I've not played Galio since I don't remember how long ago, but that's the one that was ultimately chosen for some reason. I think it was because none of us could make a decision. So it ended up becoming Galio. It was Vex. I think we had like two Vexes on the team, but nobody went ahead with that. So here I am. Still playing. I'll I mean, I think the game is about to end, like not too long left. We're already reaching everyone else's nexus. Like we're already on the third tier towers, so we can start building soon. So give me a second. Oh, we just we just finished the game. So so let me do a small introduction of what we're gonna do today. Give me a second. Okay, so if you didn't know, today we're going to be continuing the Sinanju, which is also the narrative version of the Sinanju, and also coincidentally, it is the clear version that I got for the Sinanju. So this is what the what's it called? The kit looks like. What's it called? This is what the kit looks like so far. We've got up until the size knees, I guess. We need to do the calves. We already have legs. They're done. We have one weapon, which is the gun. And we. Sorry, my phone. And we need to make the rest of the weapons and the calves for today. So, that's what we're doing today. Oh, whoops. I needed that. Okay. So that's what we're doing today. I'm sorry, I need to put my phone away. So, let's get started. I'll change the scene so you guys can see better what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm trying to find a good angle to stream from, and I'm also trying to be able to do this more um like less leaning forward because it's starting to hurt my back leaning forward while streaming. So we're going to just put everything a bit closer to me. Hopefully that's gonna help. So I actually have all the runners here. I'm not sure if you guys saw it when I was changing the camera angle, but I have all the runners here and we can get started. So we're going to start with the right leg and the left leg, I think. So G, if I'm not wrong, is this, yeah. So when I was putting things away earlier today to prepare for the live, I ended up putting G at the front because this is a very small runner with basically nothing left, and it was falling. If I put it at the back, it was going to keep falling off as well. And I think it fell off the table once, so I was like, okay, you know what, let me just put it in front. Usually organize them like by alphabet, so A's at the front, but this time G's at the front for that reason. Because if not, I feel like I'm gonna ruin the parts that are on the runner. So yeah. Oh. I thought I lost the parts I just cut out. So I'm looking for 8, which is this one. You can actually just twist these. I'm not sure if you know that, because I don't know who's watching my stuff. But like, if you don't do Gundam, like basically, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say, hold on. So if you don't usually make Gundams and you wanted to know like more about it, you can actually twist off PC parts. So the one I just cut off, this little connection piece, it's called a PC, and it's PCs are usually like connection pieces, I think. So these have a more malleable plastic, they're softer, so you can actually just twist them off. Though I do prefer to just cut it off because it's neater, I think, at least like in my opinion it's neater. Is it this way? I'm trying to figure out where this is gonna go, so give me a second. I have issues when it comes to building these sometimes because I'm not the brightest, nor do I have the best eyesight, so sometimes I get really confused. So if you're new here, welcome. And also I get confused a lot, so it's a recurring theme when I'm streaming, so don't be too alarmed if I look very confused or I don't know what I'm doing. Honestly though, Gunpla isn't that hard. It's pretty easy, it's pretty simple. Following the manual is not hard either. Sometimes I'm just a klutz. But that's, I don't know why, but that's amplified when I go live. So I'm not usually as bad like about it. Like I'm not as confused when I build by myself. I'm less confused. Usually I'm a lot more I don't know, I'm usually faster when I'm doing stuff by myself. But I guess it's like pressure of being watched by people and then doing stuff, right? I don't know, is that a thing that everyone goes through, or is that just me? So, I tend to ramble a lot, by the way. So I'm sorry if I ramble too much. Sorry. Let me just move the mic away so you guys don't get, like it's not too loud when I cough. Because I have this cough going on for a bit now, and I thought I was over it, but apparently not. I still have like residual cough. I don't know, residual illness. Which doesn't, I don't know why I'm still like slightly remotely sick. So this is how it looks, and then this. So yeah, I think it's been 3 weeks now that I'm like slightly not great. But yeah. Okay. Oh, if you weren't here yesterday, let me tell you guys a little bit about yesterday's stuff. So yesterday is a Thursday, which means it's Warhammer / miniature day. So usually on Thursdays, I do painting, but because I have stuff that I haven't built for Warhammer, hold on, why is this not going in any further? It should be able to. Okay, I guess not. So usually for Warhammer, I do painting, but because I actually had stuff that I needed to build for Kill Team, which is one of the types of games you can play on Warhammer, like the game Warhammer, it has a lot of categories. I think that's the best way to explain it. So there's 40k, which is I think the most widely known format. It you need like a certain amount of points to create an army, and that army is, hold on, the army is consisted of like how many characters that each of them have individual points allotted to them, and you need to have the same amount basically as your opponent, so that's fair. But yeah, so that's the gist of 40k, and it's a big army with a lot of strategizing going on, and you go like one by one, so all of your army first, and then your opponent's army, and then you go that way. So there's also Age of Sigmar, which is, I'm confused, hold on. So Age of Sigmar is oh, okay. So Age of Sigmar I'm sorry. So Age of Sigmar is wait, no. It's this way. What? Oh, okay. So Age of Sigmar is I think it's like the more fantasy version of Warhammer 40k. The characters are more fantasy. There's ghouls and elves and stuff like that. Meanwhile, 40k is more based on like army stuff, like literal armies. And then they also have Warhammer Underworld, which is played with cards as well. So there's that. And then I think there's more. Oh, there's Kill Team, which is the one that I'm building. So for Kill Team, usually it's not as big of a game as Warhammer 40k. It is using 40k's characters. So you can use your 40k army. Like, for example, mine is Space Marines. And you can play that as 40k or as Kill Team. My brain is really not working out today, is it? Anyways, so you can choose basically like a faction and play that. But for Kill Team, it's different because it's more of a skirmish game. So your team is a lot smaller, and you go one by one. So one character, and then their character's turn, and then your character's turn. And then it keeps going like that until everyone has gone, and then after that, kind of like round up and see your points by the end of that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm slightly sleepy. I forgot to get coffee today. Anyways, so, and then after that, I think there's stuff like Battle Cry. I think if I'm not wrong, I was told Battle Cry is like the Kill Team but for Age of Sigmar one. So the rules are all different, is what I've heard. I haven't actually played a lot of it. I've only played Kill Team twice now. And they're both the basic, like very basic of that specific type of game. Oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, I still don't fully understand the game itself. So I haven't actually played the bigger games like 40k, AOS. I have an AOS army that I decided to make, which is the Night Haunts, which is the ghouls. They're ghosts, I think. And that's the one I really like the models of. But because going forward, like, I feel like there's more people interested in 40k and Kill Team rather than AOS. I ended up making a kill team army first. Also because kill team is cheaper. So since you only need a small amount of like characters for your kill team, you don't need to spend that much money to complete your team, which is great for me. I wasn't yawning like this before I started streaming. I don't know why I've decided to just start getting really sleepy. Um, I'm not actually sure how to put this one. Oh, wait. Am I doing it wrong? I am doing it wrong. Oh, no wonder it wouldn't go in. Okay. So, yeah. So, that was, that's what, where am I? 1? Is it? Oh, it's 11. So, that's what basically I was doing yesterday, like, the game. From that one, I was trying to build my kill team, because the 2 games that I've played, I played with an affiliated stores team. So usually if you go to affiliated stores, they have test models ready, and you can actually play with the models at the store. So they let me try theirs, and both times I was given the Space Marines because I was told it was pretty okay for beginners, like it's pretty beginner friendly. It's not easy to play, I think they said, but it is beginner friendly, so like it's easy to learn. It's not easy to play. But I ended up going with that specifically because I ended up just liking it. So yeah, that's gonna be my kill team, the Space Marines, the intercessors. And I had a chat with the storekeeper yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but like the time that I was there. And it made me want to paint them pink and print my own decals for them. So that's what I'll be doing with my Space Marines. I actually have one to show you guys. Sorry, I'm back. So, I forgot where I was. I think I was talking about playing the game, right? But yeah, I got. Wait, which one is this? My brain stopped functioning after that. But yeah, so I got the team that I was given to play, and oh, I want to show you. So I'm not sure if you guys can see this. This is what it looks like. So there's supposed to be a gun in the middle of that, like that. But I wanted to take off the gun again because I want to repaint a little bit here. And also I want to add a bit more detail, shadows, highlights, stuff like that. But this is almost basically done. I did show this off yesterday. But yeah, so this is what my Marines will hopefully all look like this. So yeah, that's what it is. So I thought, oh, not I thought, so I know that Space Marines are one of those factions with a lot of colors. How do you attach the, oh. So it's got a lot of colors, and each color signifies something different, I think, if I'm not wrong. Like, they've got different beliefs and themes or something like that. And this is leg number 1, by the way. Look at that. We're gonna move on to the other leg now. So yeah. So that's one of the cooler parts about the, oh, we're not done. There's this thing on the side. That's the cooler part about the Space Marines that I didn't really know about until I started actually paying attention to the lore a bit more. Actually, I didn't want to play Space Marines specifically because I thought that the design was kind of boring. Like, they're just kind of fat, bulky armored, what's it called? Men, I guess. Well, not men, like soldiers in general. Because it's just kind of boring to paint the exact same looking dude over and over and over again. So I wasn't really that interested in it. But then, like, when I started getting painting lessons, I got a demo model, which is a Space Marine. And after painting it, I thought it was kind of cute. So I guess I changed my mind. And Space Marines aren't all that boring. It's really cute and chubby. I guess that's like the takeaway from that for me. Like, Space Marines are actually pretty cute. It's not ugly. It's not ugly. I never thought it was ugly, but I thought it was boring. Yeah, I thought it was boring because everything looks the same. Everything's just that one bulky, chunky boy. But after seeing it, after painting it myself, feels like it's more interesting than I thought it is. Like, it's cooler than I thought it would be. So yeah, that's an interesting tidbit. But also, back to the Space Marines colors. They have different colors signifying different things or different things that they're interested in. And apparently there's pink ones as well. What I didn't know was that there was pink ones as well. I knew that there was blue, I knew that there was yellow, and I think green is a thing, I think red as well. There's a lot of them. But yeah. So yeah. I thought that was interesting. So give me a second, I have some things to check. My internet is not great. My internet is kind of terrible, I'm sorry. But yeah, so let me just figure something out real quick. Give me 5 seconds. Like, I think that's okay. So I'm gonna take a small drink break. So let's attach this to the side. Sorry, I felt something on my tongue. That was weird. Anyways, so let's do that. And that's one leg, like, for goodsies. Let's do the other leg now, which I think is the same process. So let's cut these two out. This kinda, it scares me a bit because that was really thick. Okay, so that's that, and we need the PC again. Was it 8? It was 8. So you can actually just twist these off, but these are a bit thicker and I don't really want to do that. Like, I feel like that's more effort than I need to have to put out, if that makes sense. Wait, oh, this side. Wait. Oh, it's backwards. I'm stupid, huh? Okay, so let's do that. I feel like I understand how to build this more, so it's easier and it's faster. But I'm not 100% sure I want to say that, because I think if I do say that, like for sure, I'm going to jinx it and I'm going to mess it up. So yeah, so far so great though. We haven't messed anything up. Like I haven't needed to, what's it called? Like take some things apart. Which I've been having to do quite a lot lately when building Gunpla. I think like maybe I'm not as focused as I need to be. Where's 1? Wait, it's 1, right? It is 1. Oh, here. No. Yeah, it is. So, yeah. Okay. So, I feel like I've been messing up a lot, but we haven't today, so that's great. So, I think I'm just gonna leave this here. The PC here, and then I'm gonna put this at the back because there's like not much left. So let's do, is it this way? I think, yeah, it is this way. So this is on this side with the longer bottom on this, and this is backwards. It's not going in. I think it's because my hands are slightly slippery for some reason. I don't know what's going on. It's not going in. Okay, let me plot this thing. So sometimes I use my Minitech nippers as tweezers, because their sharp edges do well with thin parts and stuff like that. But this isn't going in either way. I don't know why it won't. I'm pretty sure I cut out the correct PC. Yeah. I don't know why it's not going in. Oh, there we go. I was like looking around for something to be able to push this into. So, glad I didn't need that. Here's 8. And then we're gonna need E2. E2, if I recall, is, yeah, it's, no, it's not this one. It's the smaller one, though. Yeah, it is. So this is E2. Where was it? Oh, 19. I feel like, okay. So I feel like, I'm getting used to this camera angle more, because everything is showing, so that's great. I've been trying to monitor it as best as I can, because I'm pretty sure yesterday there wasn't much that was on the actual camera that you guys can see. So that was my bad. But, oh, in case you didn't know, and you weren't here yesterday, I'll repeat this. I just got a new table, and so like if you can see this black thing, it is actually my new table, and I got a new table because the other one was a bit too low, and I needed something a little bit taller. So yeah, and after setting up the new table, I ended up using it as a workspace as well. So this space has usually been like, here's my laptop, and then here's the keyboard and stuff like that. So I haven't had the chance to just put the cutting mat back on. 12. I need to say things out loud, or else I'm going to like not be able to find it, I feel. Maybe that's a jinx, like, that I need to figure out. Oh, for those of you who wanted, who are interested in updates about my life, I guess. So I've been saying I want to get a PC because I want to be able to play games for stream and stuff like that, and also maybe hopefully improve my stream quality. So I think that's gonna happen much sooner because um so if you didn't know, which I mean I'm assuming you do not, I am using my laptop for both work and personal purposes, and it is not taking it well. So I'm trying to get that fixed much quicker so that my laptop doesn't suddenly die on me when I'm working, because that would be terrible. Because like at least if it's about streaming, I can stream on other platforms first. But for work, like I kind of need the income, so I can't afford it to break down like that. So yeah, the PC might happen sooner, so pray for me, I guess. So we're going to. Oh wait, did I? Oh yeah, I did. We're going to cut out more things. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I don't know why my throat is still a bit um messed up. I should be fixed by now. Um, I don't know. I feel like that's a weird way to say it, but also like I think I should be better now. Oh, I need 10. I thought it was 1. So yeah. Oh, so I've been kind of bored lately because I tend to not be able to focus on just one task at hand. So like for work, usually I end up like watching something while I'm working. And I've recently run out of things to watch. So me not knowing what to do with that, I ended up going through like Netflix suggestions, I guess. And I saw a few animes that I've already watched before. Like, it was a while ago that I watched them though. It was like back when I was still in college or back in high school. And I felt like this rush of nostalgia, and I ended up rewatching all of them. And I remember watching these animes right after I finished college, because I finished college quite early. So when I went to college, I was pretty young. Like my friends, my age group, they were still in high school, and my high school was already an accelerated class because so that wasn't because I was smart or anything, but the curriculum was for accelerated class. So oh, okay. So I was already ahead of my accelerated schedule. So I was still pretty young when I went to college. And then when I finished college, I was, I think, 17. So that was really quick as well because my college apparently was also an accelerated course. So everything was just accelerated. And I just decided I was just gonna look for work, but not actively because like I'm 17, like I still want to have fun, it's a E2. So I ended up um living it up as like a hikikomori for like 3 to 6 months, I think. I forgot because my dad ended up finding me an internship with some random people that were his customers. So yeah, I had a internship that broke my hikikomori lifestyle. But yeah, so I remember being in my room. I turned off all the lights. I remember that so clearly. I don't know why I remember that part like specifically that clearly. But why is this not sticking? But I remember it like it was yesterday. Hold on, give me a second. Let me try this. Wait, let me try to like fix this up. Why? What? I feel like this should be correct though. Because it's not here. That's for sure. It should be here. I think. What? Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so back to my story. So I remember doing that, and like also I liked taking walks at night by myself, which in hindsight probably not the best idea, seeing as I'm female and I was quite young, and not to mention I'm very easy to carry. So being this light, I don't think that was a great idea on my part to walk around by myself at night in my neighborhood. But I would do that because I decided I wanted to have some kind of alone time, I guess, and like even though I had a lot of alone. Sorry, baby, I'm sorry. Jeez, okay. But yeah, so I decided I wanted to become more adult, I guess. That was my thought process, I think. Oh, hello. Welcome. How are you? I know this is your first time chatting on my stream. Like, yeah. So I like to ask everyone who chats on my stream how they are and how their week has been or how their day has been if they were there the day before. So yeah. Where am I? I'm lost. Oh, here. So I'm gonna put him down gently now, cause that was terrifying. Anyways, so yeah. Anyways, I remembered that moment in my life where I would watch anime all day. And I remember that was when I discovered Umaru-chan, and I watched the anime, and then I adopted her snacking habits. So yeah, I've been just going through all the old animes that I watched back when I was younger. And God, it's been so nostalgic, and I don't know, I still enjoy them. So yeah, there's that. You might be the sweetest streamer I've ever seen. Oh, thank you. I don't know about that. I've never really watched anyone on Twitch before I started streaming on Twitch. My decision to stream on Twitch was purely because I used to stream on Instagram, but I thought like that's not great for the people that want to watch, because on Instagram you can't just quit the app and still have the video running. You have to actually quit the video, the live, and miss a whole segment so that you can do whatever it is that you needed to do. And I just didn't think that was cool, so I changed platforms. And I thought Twitch would be a great platform to do that on, like to stream on, because I found that on mobile you can actually have a little video pop out as like audio only. So I was like, oh, that's great. So if you want to watch me, you're not confined to just watching me. Although from what I know, people who watch Twitch usually do it on desktop. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't really share my age online, I'm sorry. I mean, there's probably clues like strewn all over like my Instagram or like my tagged, because sometimes people just tag me randomly. But yeah, I can't divulge that information, I'm sorry. I'm looking for weapons, by the way, in case you guys wanted to know what I was doing. Where's the... Oh, okay, I found the weapons. So, this is where we're at now. I think this reminds me of the High Neo that we did. Not, like, I think it was right before this. E1. This is F. Okay, so E1. Okay, so I followed you on Instagram. Can we talk when you're available? If you wanna chat with me, you probably and if you DM'd me, I'm sorry if I haven't responded, but the reason why is I don't really respond on my DMs because sometimes it's random creeps and I've had enough of that experience. But if you want to chat with me, I have a Discord server on my Instagram bio link. So you can join that and then you can actually just chat with me. So I'm more likely to respond on Discord because it's it's something that I did create so that the community can chat. I'm sorry, I'm still looking for things. Can chat and actually talk to each other. So yeah, I'll definitely be more responsive there if you are interested in chatting with me or anyone else. Oh, I haven't seen your Instagram. Oh. Hold on, let me cut this out first. Okay. So actually I haven't seen your Instagram pop up on anything on mine. Like I don't know if you've like followed me because it didn't pop up. So I'm sorry if I missed the notification. Where is it? Oh. So I'm sorry if I missed the notification, but it didn't really pop up on mine. So yeah. But yeah, if you want to chat with me, Discord is the way to go now because I don't really respond to DMs. Cause yeah, I actually have a highlight on my Instagram of why I don't answer DMs anymore. It's the last one on my highlights list, like highlights categories, I guess. So yeah, if you want to know why, you can find out there why I ended up doing like the no DM thing. But yeah, I also don't usually respond if the DM is just hi, but I don't check the requests often either. So again, if you want to chat, it's usually Discord because I do respond for Discord. And everyone there is also very friendly and what's it called? And active. They're really chatty. Okay, so let me cut these out first cuz I will forget which ones I need if I don't cut these out. I don't know how to cut these out cleanly because there's always that left and I'm not happy with that. So I don't know if I can scrape it off. I should probably sand it off with the with my glass file, but I'm kind of lazy to grab it. I don't remember where I put it. So yeah. So let me cut this out first. Oh, if you didn't know, I started wearing headphones not too long ago, and I decided that why do I just stream to silence in my own head? So I've been listening to music, and I think YouTube has given me a YOASOBI playlist because I've been exclusively listening to YOASOBI songs for the past 49 minutes. So yeah, I didn't know that there were this many songs. This is new for me. Like I didn't know there was this many. But that's cool. It's like finding out new things, always cool. Oh, do you guys have maybe like anime recs or something? Because I've been rewatching all my old animes, right? The one that I'm on right now is Kokoro no Basket. And I remember when I first watched it, I think it was I watched it in college because a friend of mine was the one who told me to who was the one who told me to watch it, and I ended up watching it and chatting with her about it. But I it was not something I would have chosen to watch by myself. Like, it doesn't feel like something I would have chosen for myself. How is this supposed? Is it like this? Like, is it supposed to cover it? Why does it feel wrong? I think? Yeah. Okay, I think these need to be sanded down, but I'll do it later, I think, because I don't really feel like sanding anything down tonight. Oh, there we go. Okay. There's only one, so this is the middle of the backpack, right? Yeah. So B1. Oh, we need to make two of these, so let's make two. 18 and 19. There's stickers involved. Actually, I haven't put the stickers on this kit at all because I didn't like the way it looked. There were stickers for the wrists, but I decided against putting it on because I think it looks kind of tacky. But let's see what 7? Oh, so 7 is just a red line, so I think that'll be fine. So I'll just attach it first. Okay. Let's attach it and then let's just grab 7. But I'm supposed to make 2. Oh, it's divided into 4 parts? What? That's new. Okay. So, this is something you probably shouldn't imitate, but I'm too lazy to find my legit tweezers. So, we'll be using my not legit tweezers, which is... Wait, where do I put it? On top of the line, is it? Which is just my nippers, which is not doing well today for some reason. Let's slowly do that again then. So this is not recommended even by me, to be honest, because you might accidentally cut your stickers up. But I am very lazy, so having the tweezer, the nippers that are already next to me function as tweezers is just perfect for my lazy ass. But I do not recommend this to anyone who's watching. Just a disclaimer and FYI moment, because I don't want anyone following me to do this, because it's not smart. But I've done this so many times because I didn't have tweezers when I first started out, so I ended up just using whatever I had, and it is much easier to use the nippers rather than just my nails. So that's why I'm using the nippers. But again, disclaimer, don't follow this. It's probably a terrible idea. So yeah, let me just finish this tube and then move on to the next tube. Okay, let's lay it on flat. I remember when I first started building Gunpla, I started with SDs and they had those panel line looking things on the stickers, on the foil stickers, which is there to mimic panel lines. So I would stick the stickers on roughly and then I would trace the panel line so that it kind of sinks into the actual panel line that was on the Gunpla. And that looked and that made it look a lot better than if I didn't have than if I didn't do that. So yeah, in case you guys wanted to know, that was a thing that you can do to make your gunpla stickers look more legit, because if not, it looks really fake. So yeah, that's a tip, I guess. Let's cut it out from the same runner. So we need 16 and 17, so we'll just cut them both out at the same time. So yeah. So 17 and then 16. So 16 goes on top. I like when they give you like a definitive shape you need to follow, because then at least like I can't possibly mess it up putting it in. Like if it's just like circle to circle, then I might have put it in the wrong way. But at least this one is like clearly it has to go in this one specific direction, so that's great on my part, because I'm a klutz and I don't like to listen to directions. So yeah, we're going to redo that because we need to make 2 of them, but with the other ones. So let's cut them out. Sorry, my throat is still itching for some reason. Maybe I should drink something. Give me a second. After I cut these out, I'll take a sip of my drink. I bought burger right before the stream, so I still have the leftover drink from that, which I haven't finished up. I feel like that was like a really late really late dinner, because it was like almost 9, and then my food came. So yeah, I had a really late dinner apparently. I didn't really think much of it because like right after work I just wanted to unwind, so I started playing a game, which is also why I was late to today's stream, so I'm sorry for that. Like, I feel like I should have probably not played that last game, because I knew I was gonna start streaming soon, but I thought I'd be able to make it within like 20 minutes because I wasn't playing a ranked game. So that was a shock to me when I was like, oh, it's already 9. Hold on. Let me find the angle it's supposed to be in. Let's clear up the nub marks. The only thing I don't quite like about clear kits is clearing out the nub marks. So they're kind of annoying. Like, I don't like being able to see the nub marks, but I love how clear kits look. Sorry. Okay, let's try doing it without the nippers. I feel like, yeah, it's okay, but I'm more precise with the nippers. So let's just do it this way then, because I don't want to risk cutting the stickers. So we're gonna do it without the nippers. Hopefully it looks fine by the end of it and not crooked. Because I'm scared that the reason I'm not doing it with like my fingers the whole time is I'm scared that it'll all be crooked and then none of them will align. Because I feel like that's something that's going to happen, especially if you're not careful. So yeah. Also, apparently, I think it's easier to add stickers after it's already fully assembled like this, because it's longer and you have better grip on the actual part itself. So yeah, in case you guys wanted to know that, you should probably build it first before you put this specific sticker on. Okay, and the last one. And I think it is slightly crooked it's better looking when I did it with the tweezers because I could see where I was sticking things. So it's probably why it looks less in line with each other, but it looks pretty okay. So we're gonna move on because it looks fine. It's very thin though. I expected it to be thicker. So let's do this. I think this will give me this side, and then this will give me that side. And then we can finish up. So, E. E1, 22, and 21. Oh, okay. So, it's like the first thing that I see. And it just freaking felt okay. This thing still has the runners attached to it. So, I don't know why this one is so fragile. But we need to clean that up first now, because it just fell off. Okay. I'm just gonna cut it with this one, I think. I remember I used to prefer the Minitech nipper over the DSPIAE nipper that I'm using at the moment. So this is the Minitech one, the green one, and this is the DSPIAE nippers. And these, the red one is more expensive, but I don't know why when I first started out. Maybe it's because I didn't quite grasp how to angle it yet. I preferred the Minitech one, which is cheaper and it has a very sharp edge. This one has one blunt edge, so you have less of a chance of overcutting. I don't know how. When I first started using this specific tweezers and nippers, I ended up overcutting more than I did with... Wait, what? Oh, wait, what? No. Oh, sorry. with the Minitech, so that's why I preferred the Minitech over the DSPIE. Okay, that should do it. Then we can grab E130. Let me change the music. It's getting really slow, and if it's this slow, I will fall asleep. So, since I'm not quite keen on falling asleep just yet because I'm still streaming, we're going to change the music to something more fast-paced. I'm so sorry for my throat. I didn't think I'd still be like ailed by this illness. I don't know why I'm turning this so much. Like, it's not gonna change anything. But yeah, so this goes this way. And then, okay, we're going to need these two thrusters. And we're almost done with that side. And, okay. And then we're gonna need C, but let's attach these before we add C to the equation. C, 16 and 11. So C is the easiest to find because it's the only blue one. Okay, it's the only blue runner we get through this whole kit. The rest are either white or the normal like PC and gray colors, because that's the main color of the Sinanju. But I like the blue accents, so I don't know, I'm not complaining about how it looks. It looks really pretty. I don't know what my point in saying all that was, like making it sound like it was a problem. Anyways, this should just snap in somehow. How? I'm not sure. Is the thing. Okay, I think I found where it's supposed to. Okay, there we go. That's one, and then we can attach that, and then this can go on this. Like that. Ooh, okay. And then we need to make exactly that one more time. So let's do that. So we need E2 this time because it's basically a duplicate of what E1 is, but with less parts, because why would they reprint the whole E1 when you need like only half of it? Let me grab that. Give me a second. Okay, got it. So yeah. Let's cut everything out again. PC12 is here. And then E230. I'm on the screen, right? Like, I'm doing better, right? I'm doing more things on screen. And then we need the thrusters and then C. So we'll just assemble everything first, and then we'll cut out C and then assemble that and then put the backpack on. I completely forgot that we still needed to do the backpack. I keep forgetting that backpacks were separate from torso. So whenever I title a video or something, I tend to forget backpacks exist. Even though I actually have a short on my YouTube about a backpack, like this is Abby's backpack, because ironically also because I forgot to build it on stream. So I was like, maybe I'll just make a reel out of it / a short, and I just posted it on both Instagram and YouTube. So yeah, I think this is how it's supposed to go in. I don't know why the other one was easier. Oh, no. Okay, give me a second, let me. Okay, there we go. That was gonna break if not. I realize when you're building stuff like Gundams or something of the sort, you tend to realize you have more strength than you thought you did. So you need to be careful when you're building stuff like this. Because I always figure out I'm apparently pretty strong when it comes to this stuff. Like, I can bend plastic that way apparently, and I didn't know I could. And then, just accidentally break the gunpla itself, or miniatures as well, because there are some parts that are quite what's it called, fragile. So yeah, if you're gonna make something like a kit, any kit, doesn't matter what hobby that kit is from, just remember to be careful, because yeah, you should. Don't break your kits. Didn't I say I was gonna take a sip of like my drink? I think my brain really does malfunction here and there. Let me drink. Sorry for the momentary pause. Oh, I think that was my charging cable. Give me 1 second. Where's the... Okay, I'm back. So, how does this go again? This way, right? Yeah, it is. So it goes on that way. Did I do this correctly? No. It's supposed to go on this way. So I'm glad I checked. But also, will this like go in? Oh, there we go. It's in. And then this one, just push it in. And then this one, just attach that. And backpack. It's not... Okay, there we go. Okay, I need to angle it better, but here we go. That's the backpack, guys. This is from the back, like from the front, I guess, because we're attaching it that way. So let's turn that kind of further up. Maybe like that. Okay, let's attach it to... Oh! So I'm stupid. What? Okay. The ball joint is stuck. Okay, I got it. I got one. I need the other one to come off. This is the first time tonight we're doing this, which is an accomplishment. Usually it's much quicker and much more than just once. Okay, so this is on this side. Oh! Jeez, okay. Is this where it's... Yeah, it is. I think... No, it's not. Whoa! Jeez! I'm sorry, I'm a mess when I build sometimes. Why? What in heavens is going on? Okay. Let's redo that. It's supposed to go in more though. No? Isn't it? Are we doing this wrong? I'm pretty sure we're not though. Why is it not going in? I think maybe this is as far as it goes. So I'm gonna clean up the edge that I just saw. Let me clean it. I feel like cleaning it, I'm like messing it up. I think this is fine. Oh, whoops. This way. Like that. And then this can hopefully... Okay, there we go. Oh, why does it keep falling off though? Okay. So let's clear that. Why? Whoa! Okay. Why did the angle end up different? What? What? Okay, I think I fixed it. I feel I feel like I should have been able to fix it. Okay, it's not fixed. But I don't think it should be this hard for me to fix. I don't know what's going on. Okay. I think we're on the same level now. So let's just put that on. For some reason it looked more correct before I did this. Like before I twisted it to this direction. So okay. That's the backpack. Let me see if you can see it. That's the backpack. Looks fine and dandy, and it's finally attached. That's how it looks from the front now. So let's move on to the weapons. Finally! So, oh, he's twisted to one side. Okay, so last time I did this, I think, I was pretty sick. I think it was like 3-4 lives ago. So I made just the gun alongside like the head or something. So it was one of the first parts of the Sinanju. So I already have one gun. So we can continue now. Gonna move away these big nubs that I'm gonna throw away later. Okay. And we're going to move on to this one, I think. Or is it the one I cut out? Because I think I made the gun and then that was that, you know? I just didn't think much of it. I think it is still. Is it? Oh wait, no, maybe not. Maybe I didn't make the weapon. This could be the Hello Kitty's gun. Because I need to clean up. So let's see if we actually haven't... I think we haven't made anything then. So let's start with D. 30, 32, and 25. So 30, 32, 25. So I'll cut out 25 first. Because that seems to be the only outlier looks-wise. So if we cut this out first, we'll have less of a chance to forget about it. Because 30 and 32, they look similar, like mirrored versions of each other, so should be okay, right? Okay, let's cut that side, then that, and then that, and that should be the main body of it. Let's attach everything. Okay, so this should stick well. And then this goes to the bottom like this. It's supposed to go in, so I'm waiting for it to actually click inwards. But it's not. Give me a second. There we go. That's the bottom part. And then we need A1 and 2. So this is A, 1 and 2, and I think we also need 3, was it? Yeah, we need 3. So let's cut out 3 first. Oh, actually, let's cut out this way. So that everything is cut out at the same time, kind of, basically. That's the goal, at least. So let's cut everything out. And then the top. And we're done with that. We need D after this, but let's put this together first. I think this is this side. Is it? No, it's this side. So I'm not 100% sure how this is supposed to look, but I think it's supposed to be somewhere down here. I think, because that fits, so my assumption shouldn't be wrong, and it's not. Okay, so finally we can add this to that, and D28. So we're gonna come back to D, find, where's 28? Oh, wait, 20, oh, found it. It's kind of the only one facing upwards, so it was kind of hard to find. And maybe, no, I'll just put it back. I was like, maybe I'll just put it down on a table, but that's gonna take up so much space. So let's clean up the nubs and let's put this on. I'm just gonna twist it because I don't think it matters which way. Just need to clean up the actual thing. So I'm just gonna twist it to fit nicely because it's a very tight squeeze. Okay, so that looks fine. And now I think we move on to the next one because I think this is done. So this is our first weapon. Looks nice. I like the clear parts as per usual. So yeah, let's move on to this. We're gonna need F, which is, yeah, it's this one. Whoa! Okay, so I feel like the rest are gonna fall off. So let's do F, 16 and 15. 15. Whoa, okay, 16. And 2, 3. Okay, and then we attach them. And then we do 17 and 18 if we can find them. Okay, I found 18. And 17. So the last one is the one from the bottom. And cut this out. And this goes in here. Can it? Will it? Hey! Wait, where did it go? I thought I stopped it from jumping out. Let's attach 18 first then, maybe? What the hell, where'd it go? Maybe it jumped somewhere? It disappeared. Yo. Guys, it disappeared. Let me put 18 on first. I don't see it. I don't see 17. Oh. Oh. Is it? Just now? No? Oh, I see it. Give me 1 second. I'll be back. it flew next to my door. So I'm glad I found it quicker this time, because there was the one time that I dropped a piece. I think it was with the high new, and I couldn't find it throughout the whole stream, so I had to find it after the stream, which, like, not an issue, but also, like, I don't know where it could have gone at that point. But apparently it was on my chair. I just didn't check the chair because I didn't think it would, like, go behind and under me. So it didn't cross my mind that it could do that. So yeah. So let's do the longer scope, I guess. Because it's a thing, apparently. I do not understand why we need to... Oh, it's interchangeable. Okay, so let's just cut these out then. Eights, okay. 18 is cut. 17, just one more. Okay. Let's put this one together. And that should do that. Let's do this now. Oops. And we can clean it up now. And we need to add this. I think we need to clean up the side, because it felt like it was kind of hindered when going in. So let's do that. Okay, I think that should be good. Let's clean up the sides of this thing. Where's the bottom? No? Wasn't the bottom? Okay. Okay, so we made the two things. I think I want to use the shorter one, actually. Feels less of a commitment, so the shorter one I think we'll go with. But let's do C first, and then we'll figure it out when we get to it. Okay, so it's F, 10 and 14. 14. I haven't seen, oh, here it is. 10. 14. Then the last part. Cut those out. Then this goes this way. Is it? Yeah, it does. Okay. I needed to make sure because it wasn't going in. Okay, so that's that. Let's do 13 and 7. 7. And where is 13? Oh, here it is. I just cut out 14. I don't know why I didn't think to check next to it. Okay, so 13. What? Okay, so this is, oh, okay. Should be that way. Okay. And then 9, 12, and 11. So 9, 12, 11. Oh, here it is. And then that side. And that side. Did I not cut? Oh, I didn't. I thought it was the bottom. I remember there was one that was, at least one that was not clean. Where was it? Oh, it's this thing. I think I need to change it up to this one because it's deeper. Okay, I think that's that, so let's assemble that. Which way? Okay, so it's this way. This goes in this way? Oh, no, it's the other way around. Oops. Let's use the side of the table. It's not going in, though. That's... it's not going in any further. It should, though. Where is it? I don't know why it's not going in any further. Pretty sure it's just because I'm not strong enough to do so. I'm trying my best to get it in, but I think this is it for now. So let's continue with this one. This one's supposed to go in sideways. This goes in here. And this is supposed to go in. Oh, here. Okay. That makes a semblance of a sense, at least. Okay. So, F2, 5, 4, and 8. So, okay. This is our outlier. Everyone else is on the same section. And let's cut them all out slowly. So it's the bottom. Oop. Oop. The bottom. 8 I already cut out, right? So this one. And then 4 is also supposedly done. Then this side. And last 2 things to cut out for this. Now we can clean it up. Because I remember one of them at least had excess on it. I need to cut that out. Where? I thought there was more? Okay, I think that's good. So let's attach them together. And 8 is at the back. Here, is it? Oh, it's upside down. Okay, so that goes in that way, and then this goes in here, and then this goes here. Is it? Wait, where? Oh, I think. Here? Or here? No? Here? What? Where is it supposed to go? Oh, okay, I see it now. Where is it? Okay, here. And then, oh, so we're gonna have to just use the long one, I guess. Okay, there we go. So we have this long sniper, I think, or is it a bazooka? Either way, we now have 2 weapons. This one and, oops, this one with this extra attachment for you to change this one. So I think that should be almost the last one. Oh, okay, so let's try to detach this, because we can attach this way and then have this open and and this should be able to attach to this, creating just one weapon. We did it! It's one weapon. Wow, actually that looks really cool. Oh, okay. So I can also do this with D29 and D33 apparently. But okay. Okay, so we can select parts to attach. Oh god, I'm sorry for this. So let's just cut it out first. Yes, the Sinanju! The bazooka part can be detached for launcher equipment. Ah, okay. So that's what it was for. I knew that it could detach after building it, but I didn't know it could detach before building it. So that's cool. It's a really cool gimmick to have. Let's cut out the parts, although I think I'm gonna keep it this way. Like, this looks really cool to me. So we're gonna keep it that way. Let's cut out D29 and 33 though. Oh, these are bigger than I expected them to be. I thought they'd be slightly smaller than this. I don't know why I thought that way, but I thought they'd be smaller. So, oh, where is it? Oh, 29. Let's put that away. Let's put that together. Oh, I think it's upside down. I don't really want to cut out the hand, so we'll just leave that for now. Well, sometimes full frontal do you shorten bazooka to rifle and instead shoot the enemy. Said that Zoltan didn't do that move. I see. Is that from the anime? I don't think I watched the anime. I only, sorry, I've only watched the more recent ones. Oh, it's the one we ended up putting away. So I guess we'll not do that. We'll just, let me think. Okay, so we'll do the hand, I guess. We'll do the hand and then the shield. So we need A. So let's do this. 19. Ah, I haven't played the game, no PC yet, but I said this earlier today in the stream. I think I'm gonna have to put a, like, I have to make the PC faster than I thought I would. So I might be playing things, like, on stream, and maybe, like, if it's a possibility to, like, have multiplayer, then might play with everyone on Discord when everyone has time. But yeah, so I think I need to make the PC sooner anyways, because I've been using my laptop for both personal use and for what's it called, my work, and it's not been taking it well, so there's that. So yeah, might have to speed up making the PC, so maybe soon I'll be streaming gaming stuff too here. Might want to start with some Gundam content as well, like Gundam game content. I think Evolution, was it? Gundam Evolution. I don't quite remember if that's correct, but that's, I think. Is it supposed to be here? Yeah, okay, it's supposed to be here. Ah, okay. So, cause like I know that there's Breaker as well, and if I recall correctly, that one's for mobile. I mixed them up last time, and I said Breaker was the one that was for PC, and Evolution is the one that's for mobile. So I mixed it up last time. So at least I remember. Let's put that together. We have a gun. I think that's a bit heavy for our little friend here. So I'll just have him hold it with two hands maybe. Like at least slightly support it with the other hand. So it doesn't fall off just randomly. So let's make the shield. We need A4, and that's it for A, so let's do that. Well, if you have better budget and love SD Gundams, you could play SD Gundam Battle Alliance. Oh, is it for PC? And what kind of a game is it? Because I haven't done my research when it comes to PC games because I don't have the PC yet. And I have been planning to get it, and E-C-E. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm sleepy. Anyways, yeah. So I haven't done my research about games yet because I haven't thought about that. Rather, I've just been thinking, how do I not get my laptop to die for the time that I do not own a PC? Because I think it's because of my exporting videos for YouTube and stuff that it's actually taken this much of a toll. Because it was fine before I did that more often. Oh, speaking of which, I'm going to have a mini, like very short vlog out tomorrow. So, just information if you guys are interested and wanted to watch. It is about Warhammer and the event that I went to. And it is very, very short, like 5-minute video. But I would really appreciate it if you guys watched. But yeah, so enough of that self-plugging. I feel like, oh, that is in the middle. I thought it was off. That doesn't look too bad. So yeah, let's do E. I mean 1, right? E1. Is this E? No, this is D. So yeah, where was I? Oh. Usually Sinanju meh if you play for hack and slash, but if you want to design something for custom, that could be the benchmark to begin with. I see. Wait, is this on the SD one, or are we talking about Evolution? Evolution. Are we talking about SD or Evolution? Oh, we're talking about the new. Oh, wait. New Gundam Breaker is meh if you play for hack and slash, but if you want to design something for custom. Oh, wait. I think I read 2 comments at the same time. Let me redo that. Usually Sinanju would hold a rifle from the right hand. As for SD Battle Alliance, it is PC. Quite like Gundam Battle, but in SD form. Ah, okay. New Gundam Breaker is meant if you play for hack and slash, but if you want to design something. Oh, okay. So, New Gundam Breaker is best if you just want to like look at stuff, and then for hack and slash, go look for something else. Maybe Gundam Evolution, is it? I'll definitely be playing something Gundam related on the stream. Maybe I'll add a day, or maybe I'll take a Friday off of building to play with you guys. But for now, since I don't have it yet, like I don't have the PC yet, that's still like up in the air. So we'll see. Because I'm also worried that my internet will not hold up for that kind of thing. Like playing and also streaming. I don't know if my internet is going to allow me. Because I feel like my internet's going to just really whine at me at that point. Because even now, the internet's not great. I'm already using a LAN connection, like a wire. So, I don't know what's gonna happen if it's... if we add a game into the equation, you know? But we'll figure it out. We'll see when we get there. Maybe I'll do like a separate day to test it out. And see if the internet can actually handle it. So let's assemble this final part. I think. Yeah, okay, so it's this way. Where is the end? Okay. There's that. And then that. And then that. And then that. And then we take this one, right? That way. Ooh, okay. And then how? Where? Where? Sir. Where? What? You know what? Let's not attach it. I'm okay with it looking this way. So, here we go. It's finally done. Our Sinanju. We just need to pose it, which I'm probably gonna do tomorrow, so that we can, what's it called? We can display it as well tomorrow. So yeah, this is what it looks like. Here's the back. It's also the back of this. Yay, it's done! I'm so happy that it's done. Let me change the camera so we can chat. Hold on, give me a second. So Gundam Evolution is basically Overwatch or Valorant, but in Gundam form. Oh, okay, so I haven't actually played Overwatch or Valorant, but I know how they play. So I'm looking forward to playing it. So maybe maybe as soon as I get it, I'll download it, and then I'll play it and maybe tell Discord about it. So yeah, yes, it's done. Finally, I can't believe after how many weeks it's done. Let me see if you can see it. It's done. I prefer the big gun, so we're gonna use the big gun. Yay! I actually really like the way the shield turned out for some reason. So yeah, we're done with our Sinanju. I'm really happy that it's finally completed. Finally can be displayed somewhere in my house with like already zero space to display things. Display cases are all full. I don't know where I'm gonna display it, but I'll find something. I'll figure it out. Cause like even my Hainyu MG that I built right before this one, it's like sitting in a very precarious spot, and I've been wanting to make like an acrylic box for it, but I want to wait until I get the Sazabi done as well, so we can pose it nicely and then measure the whole thing and then have a box for that. So yeah. Last week or two ago, right? Yep. That's from the very quick stream, correct. Cause I think sorry, cause I was sick. I still like slightly sick, but better now. I forgot what I was gonna say. Um, oh, so what I was gonna say is this is actually done much faster than I assumed it would be. Usually I'm a bit slower when it comes to building live, so being able to build this quickly was pretty surprising to me. So yeah, I'm happy we finished it up. It looks really nice. It looks pretty clean. Looks pretty clean. Um, I just need help posing it. Cause like I'm actually pretty terrible at posing Gunpla, so I just kind of leave it there until someone wants to help me pose it. So yeah. Sazabi is news rival though, unless Nightingale gets the MQ for Ka treatment or RG treatment, but no space already. Yeah, honestly. And I know that the Sazabi and the Neo are rivals, but since they both have the mechanical clear expo version, I was thinking I was just gonna pose them like going against each other and then put them in the acrylic box so that it looks like of a somewhat of a diorama going on. So yeah, I was planning to do that because I thought it looked cool. I didn't think of doing it like as a they're friends thing, you know. Like, I wanted to show off like that they're fighting. So yeah, that's because I think that the mechanical clear one looks really cool. So yeah. Mine's crowded with Gun Plus everywhere. 12 Gun Plus plus upcoming aerial HDYF 19 and HDYF 29. That sounds like a lot. So I have a display case outside, which is actually not mine. Like it's my parents'. So we have like a TV frame, I guess. So it has like shelves on either side and then on the top as well. But the one with mirror, not mirror, with a door is on the sides, and I was given one side to display everything. And even that one, I've run out of space, and I have a display case in my room, but I'm also running out of space on that one, so I need to get more display cases or somehow figure out more space. So yeah, but that's that. So, uh, I actually, um, I think that that's that for today. I'm not sure if there's anything else I want to add. Oh, 15 and Bez did the biggest expansion of Gunpla in just a year. I see. That is a lot actually, but no, I've I feel like I've done more. Hold on, let me think. I'm thinking. I'm counting how many I've done. How many have I done actually in a year? I feel like I do one per month at the least usually. But there are times where I take a small break and not do anything. So, yeah, it might be around 15 as well for me. Yeah, because I was gonna say like less than that, but then I was like, no, there's no way I did less than that, considering how much I have and only like the amount of time I've been in the hobby. There's no way I did only that much. So yeah, 15 plus 11 makes 26 overall gun plus for me. That's that sounds like you're gonna run out of space a lot quicker. I did realize when I moved, like I moved houses like a year or so ago, and when I was moving, I was packing. I mean, um, I was packing up all the gun plus into their respective boxes because I haven't cut them up. So I was bubble wrapping them, putting them in boxes so that we could move them all here. And I didn't realize how many I had and also how many I had made. So I'm glad that my parents made like that TV frame thing, because if not, there was gonna be no space. Quicker than what I thought. Yeah, exactly. Same situation. Like, I didn't think I was gonna have that many gun plus that quickly. But yeah, I guess I wouldn't have it any other way though. But yeah, so I don't think I have anything else to add to this. I'm I'm thinking of raiding a channel, although I don't know which channel. So let me move the thing. Let me move my laptop so we can figure this out together. So I was thinking of raiding a channel because I know that it is something that people do, and it is a Twitch specific thing. So I've done it once, and in my experience, what that did was it moved you and me as viewers into someone else's channel, someone else's stream, and we watched that person. Also, thank you for following me if there was. I think there was though. Whoa, okay. My laptop has decided that that's that. Like, we're not doing that, you know? I don't know why. Also, thank you for the follow, by the way. Do you guys have any suggestions on who you guys wanna watch next or like raid? Oh, hold on. Who, what is going on with my internet? My internet is really slow right now. So yeah, do you guys have any suggestions on who you want to see next? Let's see if I can search up Gunpla and have something come up. If there is, let's just watch another Gunpla person. Oh, I think there is. So let's raid this person. It is. You guys can leave after the raid, but let's 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 help someone out. So let's go. And thank you guys so much for coming to my live, and I hope to see you guys again next week. Or yeah, well, next week. I'm gonna stream next week, so like yeah. So I hope to see you guys again next week. I really do. So see you Thursday. Bye. Okay, let's go.